This will be a bloody day for every mother's son.
And now it was time to meet the eyes of the enemy for the first time. Some had never seen battle before. They must do their best to hold their faces brave and stern. Each man a mirror to the courage or fear of the one whose gaze they met across the shield's rim. Osbhert and Aella ordered their men to prepare, each in their own army, while they strode forward to share words with the Ragnar sons. Even at this moment, especially this moment, when the number and the strength of the bow can be seen and measured, it was not too late to settle this matter with words and with silver. But no son of Ragnar stepped to the fore. Behind the wall of shields, on his piece of high ground, Halfdane stood by his banner and watched him passively. There would be no treaty, no exchange of hostages, no Danegeld to stay the hand of war on this day. Oaths had been given. Ragnar would be avenged, and Odin, the one-eyed war god, the lord of spears, would not be denied his 30 tributes. Osbhert and Aella realised too late they'd been left to feel foolish, losing place before their men. Worse still, they were out in front of their armies, exposed to harm, when Halfdane gave the order to attack. The Viking army surged forward, furious and bold. The Northumbrian kings had no choice but to turn and run back to the safety of their shield wall, a poor way for a king to begin a battle. Behind them, the walls of wood and steel crashed together, spears found their marks, edge of sword and axe bit into soft flesh, sprays of blood steamed in the cold air. A shield wall battle is a fearful thing. A man fights every enemy his weapon can reach, while spears, axes and swords all conspire to rip his flesh and steal his life from him. It is a frantic chaos, a mad game of death to which some become enthralled, as if life were a heady wine that could only be tasted in such moments. Such men were the sons of Ragnar. I found myself alongside them as the carnage began. But though the Vikings attacked with great fury, the Northumbrians were stoic warriors. Their shield wall held against our furious onslaught, and then step by step, they began to force us back. The shield wall is forced into retreat is in danger of losing. A hero must be found to plant his feet and hold his ground, so that his companions may draw strength from his courage and rebuild the wall. And the sons of Ragnar were such heroes. True lords of men, ring givers, proud warriors. They led their housecarls into forays along the Northumbrian line that dismayed their advance and stopped them in their tracks. The Viking attack had failed, the Northumbrians had held, so the commanders ordered their men to withdraw. Breath must be spared, strength must be measured, reform the lines, and we shall see who will continue to fight on this day. Now we'd measured each other's strength, tasted each other's blood. The Northumbrians had met the fury of the Norsemen with solid courage and stoic discipline. The kings had been shamed before their men, but Halfdane had not won the day with his brash, bold attack. Neither side could claim victory at this time. The better men wandered up and down the lines, bolstering the hearts of their comrades. Standing with the sons of Ragnar, as the men around me paused in thoughtful silence, I composed a few lines of a battle poem and spoke it aloud. Now you have fought a bit of the hand play. Shield board gave proud answer to spear's point. Hold not your hand back when the spears fiercely fly. Heart must be hard when you enter the fray. Feet must be steadfast, courage the more so. Lords command vengeance as the foe comes again. Shields will be shattered, shafts will be splintered, hearts will be broken for end of this day. My words hung in the air, which seemed suddenly still, and then the peace was broken as the Northumbrians prepared themselves to attack. Osbert's line was ready first. Keen to put his earlier plight behind him, he led his men forward at a determined pace, straight into the attack. Aella too prepared his men to move forward, but he had them halt their line well before they could engage with us, leaving Osbhert to fight alone. Half of our men stood facing Aella, doing nothing while the spears bit deep. Those close to the fight, keen for blood and lacking discipline, raced in to attack Osbert's flank. It was exactly the mistake that Aella was waiting for. Now our portion of the army was fewer than it had been, and Aella chose his moment to attack. Destroyed by Aella's cleverness, but these men were led by heroes, and though many proud warriors, noble sword bearers, had shields sundered by fearsome blows, were destroyed by spears, and found their fate on the cold earth, even so we held. Beaten, but now I could sense the shadow of death looking over my shoulder, almost feel his cold breath on my cheek, his voice hissing in my ear, beckoning me to my grave. And then I saw Halfdane Ragnarsson, unbowed, undefeated, climb to the high ground and stare over at his enemy with proud contempt.
There are some men who think only to survive in war is enough, that they can live forever if they hold back in the battle. I say such men are cowards, and if they live, in the years to come they shall have no peace, though spears may have spared their miserable lives. They will be haunted by their own shame, aye, and by those who they failed when the day of blood came. If there are any such men here, I bid them leave this place, for we would not have them in our company. For the rest of you, grasp your linden wood shields and remember the promises and boasts you made as we drank around our fires. For Odin will remember. The one-eyed Raven Lord sees all, and if your proud words were empty, then so too shall be your place at the bench in the Hall of the Slain. Remember when I gave you swords and rings of silver upon your arms, aye, and horses too. We ate and drank and swore to stand together, and I will not desert you. Not in this hour, not in this place. Now is the time to make good on your words. Now we have drawn our enemies to us. Now is the time to avenge Ragnar, or die in the attempt.
Bellow in the name of Ragnar, the Viking army stepped forward, stamping their feet and roaring Ragnar's name. But in the face of the reckless fury of the Vikings, King Osbhert, determined to prove his own bravery, gathered the Northumbrians into a boar snout.
He's down! He's down!
A great wedge formation. No man of faint spirit has a place in that company, aimed as it is to plunge into the very heart of the enemy. For his part, Aella hung back, happy to watch and see where Osbert's newfound courage might carry him. The mighty charge of the boar snout slashed the Viking line, causing the battle to fragment and scattering warriors across the field. Desperately, men tried to find some ground to reform, but all had turned into chaos. The time for shield wars was past, with each man striving and slaying as best he could. No time now for cunning weaponcraft, no feints or subtle strategies. Now must hearts beat harder, minds the keener, courage the greater, as strength began to fail. Men were falling all around me, some wounded, some dead, some simply exhausted. Shields began to fall. Blows became slower and heavier, as strength flowed from exhausted limbs. It seemed to me, no battle could ever be so weary as this. And then Osbhert gave the order once again for the boar snout to charge. Smashing into the Viking line, Osbhert fought his way through to the high ground where Halfdane waited. Osbhert was killed. I never saw him fall. In fairness to the man, for all I hated him for his treachery, he died a battle king. Perhaps if he had lived as one, my brother might yet be alive. In any case, Halfdane Ragnarsson cut down the man I'd once called Lord, to sworn revenge upon, and that suited me well enough.